This is the time of day to come and spend time with lions, because it's when they start getting up and moving. Listening, smelling, belly starts to growl, and hopefully they will start calling for us. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be something to see on so maybe like what Taylor's doing with the Trongo, I can do a little bit of a roar off with the lions here. But that would be quite something to see, lions roaring with that thermal camera, the FLIR, to see the heat generated as they push that air out of their mouth. I would love to see that. Don't worry, these things will happen, folks. They will happen. Lots of ideas. I know Dr. Owen Davies has asked me a few questions he'd like us to check out. I'm going to add them to the list. Elephants' ears and their body, hornbills, I think was looked at last night. The cap of a guinea fowl. All these thermoregulatory things that people postulate, or ideas behind them. Good to see. Also nice to see how hot the paws of a lion is when they're lying down in the heat of the day, to see if they are indeed generating that enormous amounts of heat. Arizona lady, they are gorgeous. Now, can they sing? So that would have been cool if you just started roaring there, wouldn't it? That would have been magic trick number 2 for the day. Oh, indeed. Luke said that at exactly the same time I did in my ear. Okay, well, you might see a light in a moment. There's another vehicle with the third male who's slowly walking in this direction. So let me just move up so we can maybe see him. Obviously, sorry, Lukey, I didn't quite hear you there. Paula, that's a really good idea. I mean, a good question. I mean, my opinion, excuse me. Oh, hang on, what did he do there? He's doing a bit of a scent marking. There he's claiming this land. There's as I said, one of the other game viewers there looking at these lions as well. There's the yawn. That's going to mean he's going to stand up, is it? Going to stand up. So Paula wants to know which cat has got the highest body temperature. Now, you know, I think the bigger the cat is, the higher its temperature can be. And the smaller the animal, the more fluctuation in the temperature there is. So I would suppose that a lion is probably the hottest, and then moving down to a domestic cat. But then I really don't know. I really don't know. These are things we're going to have to do a lot of reading about these soon, because we launched the FLIR the other night, and I must say I found myself wanting on a lot of thoughts that came forward. There's a whole spectrum of stuff I've never ever considered. Oh, he's found a very awkward place to walk through. You don't look so tough anymore, do you, big guy? So now one of these lions this morning had a really weird growth off of his left testicle. And one of the viewers, Niazi, was very, very kind to go back and spend a lot of time. She's got a lot of time to look back at lion body parts. Thank you for that. And took a screenshot of their growth. And we don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. But it almost looked like a third sort of smaller testicle or some form of growth inside. And he was the one who was walking quite gingerly. So maybe it is that one, because he didn't look very comfortable walking through the branches there. And he also was the third one to move, which means he's probably not the most comfortable of walkers at the moment. And what that's from, I have absolutely no idea. I will reshare it again later and see if there's anyone out there that knows exactly what's going on with that. Mika, I think I always get surprised by a lion's roar. I'm always so impressed by them. They never cease to amaze me how loud they can be. But surprised, I think I just enjoy them so much that when you hear them, your body actually shivers with what happened. So, not surprised in general, but just there's absolute awe in them because it's body shaking, bone chilling stuff, as you can hear the pearl spotted owlet in the background. I'm going to see if I can find that picture that I was sent and maybe show you all. Okay, well, there was a picture earlier. Okay, I have found it. Will you be able to see it, Sens? If I put this on the dashboard here. Not the best light. Let me just give that a wipe. It's very difficult with the light, though. But there is the back of him, obviously, the tail. I don't think we need too much identification, but what is that up there? Here is his two genitalia, and there is the penis sheath over there. And then there's something there that matched the color of his fur. Almost looked like a growth from inside. There was nothing on the underside. I saw that clearly with my binoculars. So if any of you out there know what this is, please let us know. I have no idea. I can't say I've spent too much time looking at the private parts of a lion, but I've never seen that before in my many observations of them. Okay, is that one moving? No. They're still quite stationary. They're listening to the night choruses, and no doubt will be listening far off for any challenges that might be placed out in the distance. Not a problem, Luke. Look at those beautiful, beautiful eyes. Sorry about the stick. I did reposition so as to get the other two males walking, which is what you as a guide try and do for your guests, is to position a vehicle in such a nice way that you don't obstruct the animal, but you park in a way that the lion walks past you, or the leopard, so you can get some great shots. And obviously, as we did that, he decided to gingerly take a nap once again, because he hasn't slept enough today. The third lion that joined them, he hasn't slept enough. But I'm feeling that they might call, aren't you, Sens? It's nearly full moon. Sure, Chris, I have no idea. I've never thought about cancer in lions. These are things that, animal pathology and animal diseases is something I definitely need to put a bit more focus on. Anyone out there know about lion cancer? I've heard of feline AIDS, but I've never heard of lion cancer. Maybe I should ask him, how many cigarettes have you smoked today, sir? He doesn't understand. No, he's not going to tell me. And even if he did understand, I don't think I would understand. You just see him sitting there with his giant paw with the cigarette in it. I don't know. Okay, well, we're going to stay here with these guys, and hopefully they're going to call. Well, while we wait, let's go see what night critters Taylor's managing to scrounge out of the darkness.